and welcome once again to Capital Politics special coverage, the post-debate analysis. I'm Ethan Vargas, reporting from Manila. Um, before we break down the key moments during the presidential debate, we have received breaking news just in that multiple sources confirms to Capital Politics um, that Democrats are worried after the performance of the president in the debate stage. Sources confirms to Capital Politics that that's it. That the uh, the, the Democrats are now worrying. We have also a instant poll on the Biden-Trump debate. 79% of the respondents said that Mr. Uh, Trump is the winner of the debate. Will bring that uh, all day, but somehow that's the latest information we have that the Democrats are in a worry, I think, after the performance of the president in the debate. Let's break down the key moments of the presidential debate. Well, what a night it was. It was a night of excitement, but um, it changed during the debate. Let's first tackle on the economy. President Biden said that the economy was on freefall during the Trump admin and the economy collapsed. It was also in chaos, and the president said there's more to be done. Former President Donald Trump said in that topic that he has the greatest economy in the world and he spent the money for COVID. He didn't get the credit in COVID, he said, and the inflation is killing us. President Biden also said that uh, he is the president in this century or in this time that there were no any military officers killed, but I think CBS News just fact checked that. Um, Let me just find it here. Yes, at least here's a fact check. At least 16 U.S. service members have died while serving overseas during President Biden's presidency. 13 U.S. service members died in an attack at the Kabul airport in Afghanistan, and 3 were killed in an attack in Jordan in January of this year. President Biden also said that uh, didn't inherited President Trump said that he didn't that President Biden didn't inherit any inflation from his administration. He also said that troop out the removal of troops in Afghanistan was an embarrassing day or embarrassment, a day of embarrassment in the country, the United States. The president also said that um, President Trump gave the former President Trump gave President Biden something great. More people died during the COVID in the Biden admin. He did a very poor job, former President Trump said, and the world didn't respect or doesn't respect the United States under his watch. And Mr. Trump also said that the United States became a third world country under the Biden administration. Former President Biden said that former President Trump has the largest national debt. And former President Trump said that he will wipe Social Security Medicare. President Biden will wipe Social Security and Medicare. Next, on the abortion, former President Trump, I'm sorry, I'm very sorry. It's really, uh, uh, you know, former President Trump said that Roe v. Wade, or Democrats, Republicans, conservative liberals, they want Roe v. Wade back to the states. Everybody wanted it. Democrats are radical. He said they want to kill a baby. Actually, he was pointing out it was false because former President Trump's claim, quote, if you look at the former governor of Virginia, Governor Ralph Northam, he was willing to do this. He said, we'll put the baby aside and we'll determine what we'll do with the baby, meaning we'll kill the baby, unquote. According to a CBS News fact check, in a 2019 interview, then Governor of Virginia Ralph Northam addressed a hypothetical scenario in which a fetus was severely deformed and wasn't otherwise viable. He said, quote, the infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family decide, quote, unquote. He did not say the fetus should be killed. Killing a newborn baby or infanticide is illegal in every state, and not a single state is trying to change that. President Biden said it's a terrible thing, returning uh, the Roe v. Wade to states. And uh, former President Trump repeatedly said that everybody wants Roe v. Wade back to the state. President Biden answered it by saying he supports Roe v. Wade, and politicians making decisions about a woman's own body is ridiculous. It should be the doctor and the woman. That's what the president said. Um, he also said that we are not for late-term abortions. Period. President Biden said it. And 51 years, Roe v. Wade was the law of the land. Third, they discuss the border. President Biden said that he worked way hard to have a bipartisan effort, and 40% fewer people crossing the border illegally now. Um, President Trump said that safe during his term, it was the safest border in the history of the United States. They have a largest number of terrorists coming in the United States right now. And we have a, what's this? Oh, anyway, President Biden, that's not part. President Biden answered that on the terrorists, he said it's simply not true. He's lying. He's exaggerating. Uh, former President Trump said that there's so many. The people they killed were the two terrorists. He also said this is horrible. He opened the border, and the president also said he have the highest approval rating. He also said that Mr. Biden killed many people on that border situation. President Biden answered that every single thing he said is a lie. Oh, sorry. President Trump has an approval rating in veterans. President Biden answered him, every single thing is a lie. We have a greatest respect for veterans. He also answered that suckers and losers. Former President Trump said that he didn't say that suckers and losers, but let's have a fact check. It's a false. According to CBS News, confirmed fact check, current and former U.S. military service members have detailed to CBS News multiple instances of former President Donald Trump making disparaging remarks about members of the U.S. military who have been captured or killed, including referring to the American war dead and the Isle Barney American Cemetery in France in 2018 as quote-unquote losers and suckers. Um, he, President Biden said, my son, Bo, was a veteran, said was not a loser, was not a sucker. President Biden um, added that you are a loser and a sucker. That's what he told the president. Former President Trump replied he didn't said it. It was made up, and he must apologize. But as we check, that's a false rating. Former President Trump, said it for multiple instances in 2018, especially in 2018, during the he referred to the American war dead at the Isle Marne American Cemetery in France. Also, former President Trump said that veterans cannot stand Biden. He also said that if we have a president respected by Putin, Russian President Vladimir Putin, he will not invade Ukraine. Uh, the whole world is do you call this, blaming him on that attack. former President Trump said. President Biden said that during Iran attacked um, American when the Iran attacked American troops, President Biden said former President Trump didn't do anything or something. He also said that he's the guy who told Putin, quote, do whatever you want. All right. Next is the convicted felon. Former President Trump said that his son is a convicted felon, which is true. That was just, I think, weeks ago, that his son Hunter was convicted of 3 felony counts. Former President Trump is convicted of 34 felony counts. He also said that Joe could be a convicted felon if he's out of the office, and he also said that we have a system that uh, that is rigged. President Biden answered him, what are you talking about? He also said, you had sex with a person or with a porn sign while your wife was pregnant. You have the moral standing of an alley cat. President Trump said he did not have sex with a porn star, and he also said that he's basically President Biden is after his all political opponents. Uh, former President Biden said that voting for Trump is voting against democracy, and this guy has no sense of the American democracy. President Biden told President Trump. Well, another thing uh, on why Mr. Uh, Trump or President Biden won or run for the presidency. Former President Trump said he didn't run because of Charlottesville. His presidency is the worst and Charlottesville is the bunk. President Biden counter asked him why is his vice president not endorsing him, or why majority of his cabinet is not endorsing him. Another here, uh, President Biden said Putin is a war criminal. Former President Trump said it should not ever happen, the Ukraine versus Russia war, and he'll get settled if ever he wins. President Biden counter asking, will think to stop there. Then there you go. On the Israel-Hamas war issue, everyone from United Nations Security Council, to G7 and Netanyahu endorse ceasefire. Hamas is the one who doesn't agree to end the war. And he also said that during the Iran retaliation, no one was hurt. President Biden said, former President Trump said Biden becomes Palestinian and the people don't want him. There you go. Um, President Former President Trump was asked if the independent Palestinian state is a solution in the war. He said, quote, I'll have to see. They discussed also the democracy. Former President Trump repeatedly during January 6th, he dodged the question. He said, we have a great border, we're respected over there, something. Actually, that's many, but we'll just post it later too. He also said that he could see what's happening, and Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, turned 10,000 convicted, 10,000 guards. President Biden counter said that he encouraged the people. He watched for hours in the Oval Office, and this guy is responsible for January 6th. Former President Trump also said that the Select Committee to investigate the January 6 attacks deleted all informations because he said he was right, so they deleted, I think. And President Biden, this was another one-liner, the only convicted felon I know is the one on stage right now. All right. Um, the candidates were also asked about the Social Security. President Biden said, uh, the question was, Social Security is set to expire, so what should they do to be solved with it? President Biden answered, make the wealthy pay their fair share of the taxes. That will keep the Social Security solvent. He also added that the idea we don't protect our seniors is ridiculous. Former President Trump said that I've never seen lie like this guy. Everything he does is a lie. Biden destroys Social Security. President Biden responded that Trump, as voted by presidential historian as the worst president in the American history. We discuss now the black voters. Also, President Biden said they acknowledge they have a lot of progress and there there's more to be done. He also said that he don't blame black voters for being disappointed because of the inflation. Former President Trump answered him, he caused the inflation. He's done a horrible job. Also, President Biden answered him, there was no inflation when I come in. And he said that President Trump caused the inflation. Uh, on the climate change, they also discuss it. Former President Trump said, I want absolutely clean water, air, when they use all forms of energy um, during his term. President Biden answered him that I passed the most extensive climate change act in history. He don't what's this? He don't know a damn thing. Sorry, he don't know a damn thing on the environment. President Biden said. For President Trump said that he withdrew in the Paris Accord because it will cost millions of dollars. He don't want to spend those kind or those many um, of the uh, of the millions of dollars. He also said that President Biden is destroying Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. All right. We are still finding if we have some. Uh, we didn't discuss uh, here. There, I think this was their last question about the accepting the election. Uh, President Biden said we need to protect the world, and former President Trump said Putin didn't took anything from him. All right. The question on the election, will the candidates accept? President Trump said if it's fair, absolutely. But President Biden answered it, you're a whiner after you lost. I doubt you'll accept it because you're a whiner. In the closing, President Biden, one liner, we made significant progress. Well, President Trump said the same thing. With what we did is incredible. Well, that was a night of nervous, nerve-wracking, uh, uh, nerve-wracking debate. It's gonna be really this debate or this election will once again fall under the most significant in recent memory. We're still waiting from the latest updates about the debate tonight. But so far, as we've said, CNN reports Democrats are concerned after tonight's debate. All right. Um, so we're still waiting for the update about that after that debate. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you so much. That's a wrap of our debate night in America here on Capital Politics. Thank you for joining us. We'll continue to update you on the latest for the upcoming presidential debates, the ABC news, and also the vice presidential debate. By the way, we still don't know who's the running mate of more presidential, so we'll bring it to you if we know, if we got the data. Every discussion, every plan of action, and every criticism might have a significant impact in this intensifying contest for the presidency. Following the debate tonight, it's evident that both candidates want to reach as many Americans as possible with their messages and arguments for one of them. Why should return one of them, or one of them should return, or why one of them should return to the White House as president. As we continue to monitor the most recent developments in the presidential race, be sure to visit Capital Politics website www.sitesatgoogle.com/capitalpolitics. Also, our X, Instagram, YouTube, and Threads account. With everything on the line to win our votes, both contenders are in a competitive race with huge stakes. As we continue to monitor the most recent developments in the tonight's discussion was a veritable war of ideas, with each contender presenting their platform and taking aim at the other's past and plans. It's evident that this election will once again going to rank among the most significant in recent memory. Once again, I'm Ethan Vargas reporting from Manila. Thank you for joining us. Good night.